I went to pull up the questions for this tag and then accidentally got sidetracked by Twitter for like an hour. Hi guys, my name is Lacey of Spookless and Fat Hips, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are, as the kids say, kicking it old school today because I am doing a tag video, but not just any tag video. Today we are doing the beauty consumer tag, which was started by my friend 90s LoveChild here on YouTube, and then I saw a bunch of my other friends do it. And at first I was hesitant to do this tag because it's a little introspective in a way that's uncomfortable. But basically Soraya created this tag to kind of reflect on her own shopping habits and what it's like to be in this beauty sphere that we all exist in, of constant buys and no buys and declutters and anti-hauls and hauls and all of this, you know, consumer bullshit. So questions will be listed down below. Consider yourself all tagged. Here we go. Question number 1. How much do you spend on makeup a month, a year? Oh. Okay, so to be, fully transparent, I don't spend nearly as much on makeup a month as I used to, and I actually feel like I'm buying more stuff now, even though I know I'm not spending nearly as much money. And I think that's because the things I buy now have a lot more value, but I'll get into that in a second. I have an unofficial makeup budget, and I really shouldn't even call it a makeup budget. It's really just an unofficial, extraneous, not a necessity purchase fund. So for instance, I wanted new jeans like 2 months ago. That kind of came out of the makeup budget, so to speak. It's just like after I pay my bills, after I pay my student loans, after we take care of all of the adult things that we need to take care of, how much is left for frivolous bullshit, and then my YouTube AdSense gets piled right on top of that. It used to be that I didn't even get AdSense every month because you could only get AdSense, you can only get your AdSense paid out, I should say, once you hit a threshold of at least $100. So fully transparent, I only started meeting that threshold monthly very, very, very recently. I'd say around the time I hit 10K. And also I'm trying to post more and blah, blah, blah. So mostly now, because I'm currently looking for full-time employment, I don't have that much extra bullshit money. It really strictly comes from YouTube at this point, how much extra makeup I buy. And it fluctuates, and it depends on everything else I gotta buy in a month. So like this month, December's makeup budget is a big fat zero because Christmas is here and I gotta buy gifts for my loved ones and all that stuff. Next month, because of December's AdSense, I imagine it'll be a little bigger. I don't know. When I was working at the spa full time, roughly I would say it was about $200 a month, which might seem really excessive for a lot of people. But this is my number one hobby. It's what I care about the most. And I also have a YouTube channel. So that was kind of factored into it. And now my makeup budget can be anywhere from, like I said, this month it's $0. It could get pushed up to like $300 if I had a great AdSense month. Maybe more if it's like my birthday month and I have gift cards and blah, blah, blah. But it really fluctuates. I would say like if I'm good and I'm financially stable, I feel like $200 is probably roughly what I spend a month. Probably less though, as I get pickier and pickier about what it is I want to buy. And then when it comes to a year, I mean, just by that logic alone, I spend over $1,000 easily a year on beauty stuff. And I know that I hit VIB Rouge again, god damn it, at Sephora, and I actually didn't think I was gonna hit it this year. I hit it at the very last second. And I'm also, whatever the highest thing you could be at Ulta is, I think it's like platinum. I'm also platinum, which again, didn't think I was gonna hit that this year either, but lo and behold, I did. So that's where I'm at. Question number 2, do you ever feel guilty about how much money you spend on makeup? Not nearly as the way I used to. Really now, because I've gotten very picky with the things that I buy, I'm not as quick to jump on new releases anymore. I really let things kind of settle. I let the dust settle in the beauty community and the hype settle and reviews come out and see swatches and makeup looks, and I try to make informed decisions before I rage buy things. I'm not saying I don't all the time, but I try my best to like let new releases have their moment and then decide if I want it or not. So I feel like now I'm really good about buying makeup. I don't have the guilt about like the postman coming every single day like I used to. At this current time in my life, there are no packages on their way to me, and most of the time there's no packages on their way to me, which is like so the opposite of where I was like 2 years ago, even a year ago. So not anymore, but I definitely used to, because I was definitely overspending and I was using my credit cards a lot more, and that's shitty. And when I was in college, I was really like living off my credit cards and using them to pretend that I have a lifestyle that I don't really have. So kind of have to pay the price for that now. Yeah, I don't nearly feel guilty anymore. Also, like, I'm an adult and all of my other bills get paid, so I especially feel okay now. Question number 3, do you get FOMO related to makeup releases, aka the fear of missing out? Like I said, not nearly as much anymore. And I think 1, it's because I've gotten pickier. 2, because I really kind of preached this mantra of anti-capitalism to myself and on this channel. And also because I know myself a lot better. I know what I like now, so I'm less like, oh my god, I gotta have everything. There's so much more makeup on the market than there was when I first got into makeup around 2015, 2016. So if I were to keep up buying makeup at that rate or getting FOMO at that rate, I would just like be homeless, because there's no way I could afford that. Also, I'm very aware that limited edition is a myth. I have seen so few things in recent years be marked as limited edition and actually be so limited edition that like the opportunity to truly miss out is there. Truthfully, I know even if something's limited edition that I will get it whenever it's time for me to get it, or if I decide it's time for me to get it. I don't so much have that like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss out on it fear, as much as I still have the, oh my god, I'm so excited and want to try this kind of part of my brain. I would say it's more like excitement to try the new thing than it is like fear that everyone else is gonna have it and I'm not. The last thing I remember being that like, it's limited edition, now it's gone, was the Mario palette from ABH, and I actually have that. I traveled to like a mall that was 45 minutes away to go get it in store, and I love that palette. And that was like the last thing I really remember like being so proud of that I got, because it was truly fucking gone once it was gone. Now everything sticks around. Question number 4. Do you purchase or keep items simply because they are limited edition? No. Again, 2016 Lacey, different story. Definitely was on that limited edition hype. Now, I'm almost less motivated because I have a YouTube channel, and the amount of makeup that I have that was limited edition that exists now and that I feel guilty about using on camera, because I hate when you guys are like, hey, what lipstick is that? And I have to be like, oh, it was no Wet n Wild lipstick that doesn't exist anymore. I'm sorry. I hate that. I hate that feeling, and it bums me out. I know it's not the end of the world. Dupes exist. There's other dark purple lipsticks in the world, but it's something I'm more conscious of as someone who does YouTube. So it's not a factor anymore. Now my factors are, do I like this? Would I enjoy using this? Would it bring me happiness? Is this interesting or unique to my collection in any way, shape, or form? Cool, go with it. Can I get it on sale? Even better. Limited edition is like the last thing on my mind. Question number 5, would you be willing to pay more money for a sold out product online? Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. Hell no. Been there, done that. I think Glambot's a scam. You've heard it from me first. I've dabbled in the Poshmark thing before. It's never worth it. I'm always disappointed. It's used crusty makeup. Hell no. And I really can't preach enough to anybody listening to me, don't do that. Just don't. It's not worth it. And especially now that we're so aware about counterfeits and like you can watch the Broken documentary, it's really scary. Don't do it. Like, go to the retailers that are authorized to sell things, wait for things to be on sale, budget your money, save up, wait for the re-release. Don't do it. Question number 6. Do you wish you could spend more or less? I'm like good kind of with the budget I have now. I'm good with YouTube supplementing a lot of my bullshit, because I think that's the best case scenario, is that I'm making money off of my hobby, so to speak, and that's really all I could ever have dreamt of in my life. Like, Matt says to me all the time that he like wishes that playing video games would pay him back in the same way that this pays me back, because that's like his hobby. So like, I'm very grateful for this, and now I've kind of trained myself to just allow this to fund my bullshit. Whereas before, I think I've really put money in places that could have gone to better places. So I'm pretty happy with what I'm spending now. But there's also this part of me that's like, in life, would I love to have more money? Yes, because who doesn't wish they had more money? Sorry, capitalism, baby. It's the society we live in. So unfortunately, that side of my brain exists too. Question number 7. Do you feel compelled to buy something when you see it in somebody else's collection? Not so much anymore, but I have my moments, and it's really when my friends tell me that they love something. Like if Teresa tells me, Hannah, Nisa, Georgia, Abby, like Soraya, 90s LoveChild, like when my friends are like, this is the shit, you gotta try it. When someone like, not even on screen, but like to me directly is like, Lacey, try the Cover FX blush, you're gonna love it, trust me. That kind of gets to me. I do every once in a while though with collection videos like trick myself into I don't know, like I used to be so bad. I used to want my makeup collection to look like every beauty guru's collection, and then the realization of like PR and money that I'll never have kind of set in, and I was like, oh, can't do that. Like I said though, I do catch myself sometimes. Like for instance, Michelle Wong did like a favorites video, and I don't even remember what it was that she was talking about. I gotta be perfectly honest. I don't even remember the product, which like illustrates how ridiculous what I'm about to say is. But Michelle was holding up whatever product it was and talking about it. I think it was something from Hourglass, now that I think about it. I don't know, something that I would like never buy ever, because Michelle's taste is so much bougier than mine. And that's fine. Different strokes for different folks. It's just like not what I prefer, but it's what she loves, and I love her channel and her excitement for luxury products. But anyway, she was talking about an Hourglass product, and I caught myself going on the Sephora website and like seeing if it was in stock, looking at swatches, and then I'm like, Lacey, you've never wanted an Hourglass product ever. You swatch them in Sephora and you're never impressed. You never cared about this product beforehand. You've known it existed. You're just excited about it because of the way Michelle describes it. And I had to catch myself and like pull back and be like, not today, and close out of the Sephora app and forget about it, because that's how I like get caught doing stupid shit, and then it sits in my collection and I'm mad that I bought it in the first place. Question number 8. Do you buy more during the holidays? Yes and no. Like I said, December was an absolutely not about me kind of month because financially I couldn't swing it. But November, Black Friday weekend, I bought a couple things for myself because things were on sale and it was a good time to buy them. And I know it's supposed to be the time of year where you're taking advantage of those sales for other people, but the I want a budget part of me was like, get the things on sale while you can. So like for instance, I really wanted the new Menagerie palette, and it happened to re-release Black Friday weekend also on sale. So I was like, oh, now's the time, because I really also have learned to wait for sales, because there's just always things always go on sale and it's always just much more worth it to me. Also, the new Novel palette was released but also on sale. I probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise. So that was like a nice treat yourself kind of moment. Not sorry. Question number 9. Have you ever hidden a makeup purchase from friends or family? Not that I can think of. Like, not really. I used to like try to get my packages really quickly so that my dad wouldn't see, because he was just mad that like I was ordering stuff in the mail, but I wasn't like, don't know that I'm buying makeup. I was kind of just like, I don't want to be yelled at for spending. My dad's very much like, don't spend money at all, because my dad's very, very, very frugal. So I more so didn't want my dad to know that I was spending any money ever on anything. And it wasn't really about the makeup, but like Matt, I don't give a shit about. We basically share finances at this point. Like, it is what it is. He's used to it. He's used to my makeup spending. I'm really truthfully all across the board not like nearly as ashamed at all of my collection or my spending habits, because I'm very much in love with this. I'm in love with makeup. I'm in love with YouTube. I'm in love with like this whole process of everything. So I don't find it to be a shameful thing anymore. And I actually have been teetering so much with the idea of doing a video about how militant makeup buying and collecting is, because I think it's so interesting the way that different people treat owning makeup. And I've talked about this before. For so many people, makeup is a utilitarian thing. It has a job to do. You only need one purple eyeshadow. Why else would you need more than one? It's kind of like the same way you only need one toothbrush, you only need one shampoo, you only need one deodorant, because it's all going to just do the same job at the end of the day. And you can, you know, figure out your budget that way, figure out your collection that way. For me, it's not utilitarian. This is stuff that I love. This is a hobby that I love, that I don't mind putting money into, that I love collecting. I love the process of new makeup coming in, old makeup going out, trying new formulas, discovering new brands, pairing new colors and formulas together and textures. I love the whole experience. Makeup really helped my anxiety. It's my morning meditation. It's soothing. A lot of my self-confidence came from makeup. I bought basically everything I have. So overall, across the board, I'm nowhere near, if at all, ashamed of my makeup buying and collection the way I was when I first got into it. And it was like jumping in the deep end, going way too fast, like calm down, learn how to react to this world kind of thing. Question number 10, do you have more than 10 products in your collection that have not been used in over a month? Absolutely. What I just described. I love to have new products come in. I love to have products go out when it's their time. I love to rotate things. My collection is alive and has its ebbs and flows. I just did a massive declutter right next to me, actually. You can see my hand in the mirror. I have like 3 huge boxes of makeup that needs to be donated or given to friends or family or tossed if it's too old. And eventually I'm gonna film it. I know you guys keep asking, but like, this is okay to me. These products that were never gonna get used again are going, and that's okay. I have stuff in my collection that I haven't used, but I still love it, and I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm constantly rotating things in and out. It's not that deep to me. But to other people it is, and we all can only have the makeup collections that best suit our needs. I don't know why I'm dancing. My voice hurts so bad. I think Matt got me sick, like right in time for the holidays. Question number 11, have you ever been pressured to purchase something that you could not afford or did not need? The only instance that I could remember is when I went into Ulta to buy Modern Renaissance. It was a big deal for me. I was very new to high-end makeup. It was before I was so used to just dropping that kind of money on makeup, which maybe says a little bit about makeup culture. But it was a big deal for me, and I had like taken a piece of my paycheck to go get Modern Renaissance. And then when I was in there, I also saw the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And I wanted both because they were both like YouTuber staples. Like everybody talked those palettes up. And I remember holding both and a sales lady coming to me and being like, oh, what are you thinking? Can I help you with anything? And I'm telling her like, I don't know which one to get. And her being like, just get both. And then in my head, I'm like, should I get both? And then like I called Matt and I'm like, Matt, I have these 2 palettes in my hand. They're both kind of expensive. Should I get them? And I ended up getting them. And I probably didn't need to. And maybe that started this craziness. I don't know, but that's really the only time, because I just have too much makeup now, so there's no way anyone could pressure me, because I'd be like, I'm good, I have it, don't even worry about it. I used to also, like, everything that any guru that I loved said that they loved, I needed to have, because their word was law and they were the be all end all, and if I wanted to be good at makeup like they were, I needed to use the products they used. So in a weird way, that kind of pressured me as well, I guess, and I've currently decluttering a lot of that makeup from that era of my life. So maybe in a weird way I have been pressured more than I thought. This is why on my channel all the time I'm lecturing about seeing through beauty gurus bullshit and just making your own decisions for yourself, because been there, done that. Question number 12, do you purchase makeup for collector's reasons? Not so much anymore, and in fact I've even forced myself to break up collections and declutter certain pieces so I could like break the cycle in my head so that I wouldn't have that pressure anymore. Like for instance, I had the Tartelette palette, and then I had the Tartelette in Bloom, and then when Tartelette Heat came out, I didn't really need it, but I bought it anyway. And I thought to myself how dumb that was, and I forced myself to get rid of the original Tartelette palette because I don't like it that much. But I kept Bloom and then Heat, and you know, that's nice, and that's my little Tartelette collection, fine. I used to be like that, where if like a new thing in a set came out, I had to have it. I've since kind of taken the steps to break all of that habit. The one collection that's still bad for me is the Naked series. I always want to have all the Naked palettes. I don't know why. I didn't get Reloaded though, so I was proud of that. I didn't, because I knew I was never going to use it. so I stayed far away from Naked Reloaded. Sometimes though, like I bought that Melt highlighter that came out with their holiday collection because I like went with the set and it had a pretty skull on it, and I liked other Melt highlighters, so I thought I would like that one. Didn't end up liking it, and now it's just a collector's piece. That's fine for me. I know that might bother other people, but it is what it is. So I won't say 100% I don't, but I've gotten so much better. And then question 13, in your makeup journey, have you become less or more consumeristic? Like I said way in the beginning of this video, I feel like I'm buying less makeup, but I also feel like I'm buying more makeup at the same time. Like I feel like I'm spending less but acquiring more, but I know that that's not true. Like for instance, 1 or 2 summers ago, I was really proud of how hard I had worked. I had a full-time job that I really loved at the time, and I took this picture of all the makeup I was able to buy myself that summer. I put it all on the floor, and then like compared to this summer, it wasn't nearly as much, but I still feel like I am buying makeup very often. I just think, like I said, I'm smarter about it, and there's like more better makeup coming out. So on the one hand, I'm buying less bullshit makeup, but I'm buying more things I actually like or that suit me or that are better quality, trying new brands. But like I don't have those packages coming every day like I used to, so it feels like yes and no. I have to think financially though, I'm probably not. Something else I'm reflecting on as I edit this is I'm no longer constantly looking for the next makeup thing to buy, which is like so not what I used to do. I used to constantly be going to like the drugstore to like walk around the aisles and see if there was anything there that I liked. I was constantly on Sephora.com, Ulta.com, checking new releases, like going on Trendmood, looking to spend my money, like looking for something to buy to satisfy some kind of need in me. I don't do that anymore. I basically just like wait until something comes my way that looks interesting, and then I take it from there. But I don't feel this like urge to constantly satisfy my makeup goblin, so to speak. That I think is probably a huge difference of why it feels like I'm buying more, because like I said, the things I am buying have a lot more thought behind them and a lot more value, but I'm physically buying less because I'm no longer just open to anything to try. Even like last year, I hit rouge really, really fast. I hit it a lot later in the year this year. I still hit it, but I hit it a lot later. So I do think I'm slowing down, and I think as the years go and my collection feels more and more finished, that I will really buy less and less, because now to me it's all about like trying new brands, trying new formulas, new textures. But in terms of color story, because that used to be my thing, like trying the newest, craziest color stories, now I really feel like it's all been done before. Like we have all blue palettes, we have all green palettes, we have all warm tones, cool tones, grays, everything's been done. So now my mind is very texture focused, and I'm getting into glosses versus mattes. So it's like little things like that that I'm still interested in trying and buying. Brands like Menagerie, Lethal, JD Glow, Give Me Glow, those brands that really have my attention right now, I'm still interested in buying. But the mainstream releases have kind of really slowed down for me. The wanting to try everything that everybody else really loves has really slowed down for me. Waiting for sales, waiting for reviews, waiting for other people's opinions has helped me a lot with this. Knowing my collection thoroughly, I know where every single piece of makeup in my collection is at any given moment. It's all categorized in my head. It's all accounted for in my head. Like knowing my collection intimately, playing with it, even when I'm not filming, just pulling out makeup and putting it on my face to remember why I loved it, frequently going through it to declutter, frequently giving things away. I feel like all of that helps me to buy less, on top of just having less bullshit money to spend right now, because I am looking for a full-time job right now. So, all that being said, I think I'm doing a lot better than I used to. I'm in a very happy place where I really like my collection. That was the beauty consumer tag, and if you want to retrospect on the way that you shop, then I suggest, if you're a content creator of any kind, then you do this too. I will leave 90s LoveChild's channel down below. I will leave the questions down below. Like I said, consider yourself tagged. If you like this video, if you like tag videos, and if you like me, please hit like and subscribe. You can also follow me on my Instagram, which is also Speakless and Fat Hips, where you will see the things I buy, typically as I buy them. or my Twitter at Spooky Lacey. You can listen to me on the Half Cousins podcast. All of that information will be linked down below. Let me know your answers to these questions. Do you think you are buying less or more makeup as the years go on? I've said before, I think the bubble is bursting in terms of makeup land, but other people disagree with me. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Other than that, that is all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!